Boss Rush 980 Day 3. So we've got Empress Shek'zara as the first boss today, which we haven't had in quite a while. We last had her on 540 Day 6, and then prior to that on 460 Day 2. So the last time we ran this, it was with a Murloc Holmes comp. This was right after I had discovered the Triple Freeze Murloc Holmes strategy. So I was playing around with that, and that still works, but it does have problems if the left green ad uses its Iron Bark ability on the turn that you try to get your All Realities cast off. So that was not a super reliable strategy. And then on the 460 Day 2 prior to that, that was before I had started posting videos, but there is a Reddit thread that discusses the strategies for that day. We were using a bunch of different Belinda Bwonsamdi freezing strategies with typically Arphis to slow them down, and then either Khadgar or Geddon. I actually liked the Khadgar version of that the best out of those strategies, but they are less reliable than the strategy that we have here with Deathwing. So the comp that we're using today is, again, Deathwing Rattlegore. It just performs much better than all of the other comps, but I will link the previous Murloc Holmes video, which was 540 Day 6, as well as that Reddit thread that discussed 460 Day 2 if you want to try out any of those other comps if you can't run Deathwing Rattlegore for some reason. But this does seem to be the best comp here. So we've got Arphis with Downward Dog, and we're using Bwonsamdi instead of Jaina, because of the Cenarian Surge ability that can end up killing your mercenaries on turn 2. This gives us the ability to bounce on turn 1, which is similar to Jaina's Ice Block immunity, and then on turn 2 we can use Deal of Vanity to redirect any sped up attacks into Bwonsamdi so that our Deathwing combo goes off regardless. And then we've got Rattlegore with Rattling Bones, Deathwing with Resolve Undying, Door with Briny Bracers, and again with Gilnean Strength, and the Artillery Strike equipments are just whatever. You can use whatever Artillery Strike mercs you want. I believe a red and a green are going to work out well for today, though. And I just included Eudora since she does have the capability to bounce herself out of the way, although we won't be using that here. So let me just jump into it here real quick. So this is basically the standard Bwonsamdi opener instead of Jaina, where you just bounce. And then if they use a Cenarian Surge from this Praying Mantid here, then we'll need to use a Deal of Vanity on turn 2, otherwise we can just destroy all life. Okay, so there's no Cenarian Surge here, so we shouldn't really have to do anything special next turn. You can shoot with your Rattlegore if you need the extra damage, otherwise just get your Arphis killed off, and do a bounce with your Bwonsamdi. And then on turn 2, we're just going to put out Bwonsamdi with Rattlegore and Deathwing, and do our combo. Alright, so just activating Destroy All Life here, and they should all be slowed, since there was no Cenarian Surge to speed them up. If there was, you would just use this Deal of Vanity here, but we don't need to do that since they're not sped up here. Alright, just going to skip these animations. Starting the client here real quick. Also, while this restart is going on here, Zool, who's been very active contributor on the Discord, with a bunch of spreadsheets and data about different things, has made a post on the HS Mercenaries subreddit about scaling of Destroy All Life for Deathwing going forward, and how this comp is able to scale indefinitely with a pretty minimal time investment. So I would go check out that post if you're interested in the Deathwing Rattlegore comp and how it's going to perform moving forward. There's also a link in the comments of that post that has a spreadsheet that I was working on with Verfs from the Discord yesterday, that has a bunch of formulas that will calculate your Deathwing Rattlegore Destroy All Life damage requirements based on the boss rush level and the boss HP. And it can also, you can do it in reverse where you type in a value for your destroy all life damage, and it'll tell you how high of a boss rush level you can do with that amount of damage reliably. So go check out those resources if you find that useful for running this comp, or if you haven't gotten invested in it yet and you're wondering how it plays, there's info in there about that as well. And the Discord also has a lot of information, and if you have any questions, you can always ask there, and there's usually some pretty active people in there. You might not get a response instantly, but within a day or so, I'm sure someone will be able to answer any questions that you have. Usually it is pretty instant, though. There's usually someone in there that can answer any questions you might have. Alright, so 245 per run. So this is a pretty good farm day. Because Shek'zara has 180 HP base versus the 250 on the day 2 farm, if you have a lower destroy all life damage, day 3 might be a better farm. You just have that Bwonsamdi bounce animation in there that might slow it down a little bit. Otherwise, day 2 seems to be the best farm so far this week. But either day 2 or day 3 are both perfectly viable options for farming if you do have that Deathwing Rattlework comp leveled up. So that'll do it for day 3, and good luck on your runs.